Welcome back. Here's how I sideboarded in this matchup. The only real card that bring in this matchup is Pyrokinesis. Just a source of card advantage. A lot of the Merfolk are one toughness, and even if you just can take out a Lord and then reduce others' toughness, and you get two for threes fairly easily. Plus, you know it's a spell you can cast when you're tapped out or low on mana. Pretty good. I actually take out the Warren Weirdings. Again, not a lot, but savvy Merfolk players will realize that they can sack their Mutavolts and get two guys, and that's not great for us. And um, I also take out a Ringleader. Again, I'm watering down my deck a little bit. It's just sometimes it just doesn't work as planned. Um, and that's the only card, so I brought it to the match. Let's go and watch this last game. He obviously goes first. Just trying to. Alright. I keep this one lander. It's got a vial uh, and pyrokinesis. My reasoning is that even if he does counter the vial, which puts me a little back on mana, maybe he'll just overcommit and I can get him with pyrokinesis. It's not a great plan, but on the draw, I feel that with the twos and three drops here, it's just a really good hand uh, with the vial. And then even if I lose the vial, if I just draw another land, I'm in pretty good shape. Alright, he goes turn one vial, but he doesn't have an island, which is great. Now I know that uh, vial is very likely to resolve. Again, playing from the Merfolk side of things, a lot of times you side out Force of Will in this matchup. Again, not knowing what exactly my opponent is doing, but I draw another land and just go get Mountain and Vial. Of course, this Vial is prettier than mine. It's from the vaults. He doesn't have Islands. His second Wasteland. It's really good for me. Uh, just a lot of his cards are double blue, so he's gonna have to rely on his Vial quite a bit. Here, got a 2-drop, and I go ahead and cast a War Marshal. Um, and I'm just again, some people say you can't get reads on opponents or whatever on Magical Line, but to me, you kept a no island hand with a vial. You gotta have a curse catcher, in my opinion. So I'm expecting to get attacked, and the last thing I want to do is, and if I don't play the Mog War Marshal, is to get a curse catcher followed by Lord of Atlantis, and all of a sudden I'm taking extra damage that I just don't need to take. And sure enough, here comes Curse Catcher. Vial to 2, and Silver Gill Adept, which is not Lord of Atlantis, so that's good. But then, dun dun dun, Umezawa's Jite. That's really bad for me. I don't think I need to tell you guys that one of the most powerful cards to have in a aggro and aggro matchup. Thankfully, I'm not completely worried. No islands means Pyrokinesis is more than likely alive if he chooses to equip. Um, and I also have a Gem Palm Incinerator to take out the first guy he chooses to equip with. Um, I don't want to cast Pyrokinesis right now because all of my guys are, I would just pitch Gem Palm, but then it's just not good enough. I'm trying to get a 2 for 3, which if he plays a Lord, then I can take out the Lord and then 1-1 the Silver Gill Adept and Curse Catcher. At least that's the plan. Well, so he doesn't attack, so, my War Marshal already took one for the team. Now I get to sack it. And now I draw War Chief. Again, I can't really cast anything. Just gonna sit. That's 2 mana is what I need to cycle Gem Palm Incinerator. Try to get whoever he equips the GT. The dream would be that he equips here, and then I block the curse catcher, or block whoever isn't equipped and take out the equipped guy, and just great. But let's see. First, he floats 2 mana, and then he taps his mana, and he equips Jute. Yeah, he's like pretty strong attack. And bash. Um, Obviously here I cycle Gem Palm, take out Curse Catcher, and draw Chrome Mox. Not as good as a land, but it's gonna do in a pinch. I actually don't block here. Not exactly sure why. I probably should have just taken out the Adept while I could. Make his Merfolk Lord not as great. Might have been a misplay, but that's, you know, I'm trying to lull him into overcommitting and letting him get wrecked by the Pyrokinesis. Here, I swig with one of my goblins. I've got a chieftain. If he blocks, I can vial in the chieftain and take out the Lord of Atlantis. It's something a little subtle. I mean, I don't think there's any way he would ever block, but if he does, I take out his Lord for free. But he doesn't. So here he plays his first island, which is kind of bad news for me. Now I just need to make sure I always keep 1 mana open so my Pyrokinesis doesn't get dazed. Alright, here he equips Silvergill Adept. No Stalker there. But then, and this is a keep playing this match in the game, he activates Violet 3 after equipping the Jute. And to me, that's a clear tell that he's got Cure the Glass Spinner in his hand. The only other option would be another Merfolk Lord. But either way, there's no way if he plays Kira, then my removal in hand is just completely nullified. So I got a little bit of the tank here. Got the option of Pyrokinesis, but with an island open, it just seems a little risky. So instead, I use my own vial and put my matron in play, and go get another Gem Palm Incinerator and cycle it and take out the Adept. And draw a Goblin Lackey, which is kind of nice. Anyway, so again, his vial is still in the stack. And it is Kira the Glass Spinner. Now, again, in hindsight, he probably shouldn't have, once I caught him in the act, he probably should have just kept it in his hand. Because now he can't equip the Jite. He needs 4 mana to equip, because the first time it will just get countered. And if I have any removal, after I equip, I will also try to take that thing out, which that's what would happen. Alright, so here he can't swing because Lord of Atlantis would get wrecked. And I move my vial to 4 because now I can put Ringleader in play. I don't draw land, which is kind of annoying. And here comes Ringleader. Bam! Oh, and I hit Pile Driver, Matron, Lackey. Excellent. So my hand is now full. Thankfully, I have that Mox, so play my Mox. And I imprint the Lackey. I just don't see. I already have one, and I don't. It's not. It's only going to end up being a Pile Driver enabler at some point. Don't see myself really getting through with a Lackey. But now I have 3 mana. I don't. Again, I'm trying to keep Pyrokinesis up. If he draws another land, he can't double equip, and it's gonna be awkward. So I play a Pile Driver, and it gets Blue Elemental Blasted. So I'm glad I didn't try to use up Pyrokinesis a couple times. I had an option to. It probably would have gotten countered. And again, I keep the mana up. Don't want him because if he draws a land, he can equip the Jute, and I'm in trouble. And I attacked with the Ringleader, which in hindsight was kind of a misplay. He could have blocked with Akira, and that would have eliminated uh, the block I had on his Jita equipping. But he doesn't block, and I get him for 2. Alright, he keeps his Vial at 3, and 2 mana, and Silver Gildep, revealing Cornhole Commander. Doesn't seem he swings with Kira, which again seems like a mistake. If he just kept her back, she could have stopped me from attacking just to keep me from killing her. But it's a bit of a race. His guys are pretty big. He plays the second Vial. Here, Vial stays at 4 because I still have another Ringleader in hand. And I draw Wasteland, which is pretty good. First things first, though, let's Vial. And I whiff. Complete whiff. 4 lands. Terrible. Happens sometimes, but, what can you do? Here, swing with the team. With the 2/2s, that is. I don't mind him block. I don't mind trading. As this matchup can be a war of attrition. If he doesn't have creatures, he can't equip the GT. I play my Wasteland and take out his so he can't equip GT, and then I play the War Marshal. Again, this game it's critical that I keep that one mountain open in case I needed to Pyrokinesis through a daze. Alright, here he Vials up to 1 and 3 on his side, and Kira swings again. And he doesn't do anything, which is kind of surprising. Here I don't pay the echo cost. Keep my Vial at 4. And I'm just hoping to draw land at this point, but instead I draw my third Ringleader, which is extremely convenient since my Vial is still at 4. So why not do it again? This is the 4th consecutive turn that I've Ringleadered. My opponent must not be happy. And here's Lackey and Sharpshooter, 2 great cards. Here I just swing with team. I feel I'm in race mode. He does Violent a Curse Catcher, which is kind of annoying. Takes out 2 of my guys, but I'm getting him down to 9. Then my turn I play Lackey and Lackey. It's just blockers, just in case he does have like multiple lords in hand. I don't just die. And he gets his second island play. He vials a Cornhole Commander, and he levels it up. This time he doesn't attack, because he's definitely in a not winning a race if he tries to keep racing. And I draw a War Chief, so Violet 5, but I've got such a large team, the correct place is just to play the Chieftain and turn him sideways. He's got to block too many cards, really. He's got 2 lackeys that he can't possibly let through. I mean, it's just, but he's got the Chieftain that's pumping the rest of the team, and then he's got 2 3/3s, and he's at 9. So the math is not very favorable for him. He takes a little bit trying to figure out what he's blocking. He ends up blocking like this, where he takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage, and a hit from a lackey, and it wipes his team. So it's really good for me. Lackey becomes academic. He's at 1. I just put in a Goblin Sharpshooter. Can't even imagine how he could have gotten out of this from this position. 1 card in hand, goes 2 and 3, and he concedes. And that's the end of the daily. 3 and 1, a few packs here and there. Thank you for watching. It was fun, and we'll catch you next time.